So welcome everyone. Today we will be solving a problem on hexagonal pyramid, but it is on the slant edge problem. So irrespective of whether it is a square pyramid, a pentagon, or hexagonal pyramid, whenever it is a problem on slant edge, always we keep one of the corner towards our right. So same principle is now applicable for hexagonal pyramid also. So everyone knows how an hexagonal pyramid looks like. It will be having a base of 6 sides. It will be bounded by 6 triangular surface to connect at a common point called as an apex. So you will be having the axis from the apex to the bottom of the center. Right? So this is called as the axis height. So now coming to the problem, it is an hexagonal pyramid of side 25 mm. So all the sides are equal to 25 mm and axis height is 50. So from top to the bottom, the vertical axis is equal to 50 mm. So it is resting on one of its slant edge. So in order to project the slant edge on XY plane, always the thumb rule is that we have to keep one of the corner towards our right. Then only we can project the projection of the slant edge to the front view and shift one of the slant edge on XY line in the second stage. Okay, so whenever it is a problem on slant edge, the thumb rule is we'll keep the corner towards our right. So here also we'll keep the corner towards our right. So obviously you will get the opposite corner towards your left. Okay, so when you view from the top view, you will see an regular hexagonal surface which provides you will see an hexagonal surface which provides a true shape of it. And when you view from the front, you will take the projection of this slant edge, projection of this slant edge, projection of this slant edge, projection of this slant edge. Along with that, even the axis will be visible when you see from the front. So it will show the axis line also. So in the given front view, it just looks like a triangular surface with 4 inclined slant edges followed with one vertical axis. Okay, so this is about our front view. So now since it is a problem on slant edge, we should always keep one of the corner towards your right. So if you keep one of the corner towards your right in hexagonal pyramid, you get the other corner towards your left. So the horizontal surface will be parallel to your XY plane. So we'll just draw an horizontal line and measure the distance as equal to 25 mm. And you know that in hexagonal surface construction, the interior angle you have to take 120 or exterior of 60. So I am taking from both the sides interior of 120. Then you please measure the side of 25 mm and cut an arc. Side of 25 mm and cut an arc. And after this, again from here you take interior angle of 120, interior angle of 120 degree, measure 25 mm and cut an arc, measure 25 mm and cut an arc. So join, right? So always in solid problem we have to join the diagonals. So kindly join the diagonals. So when you view from the top, all the sides of the bottom surface will be visible. So write it as A, B, C, D, E and F. And again when you view from the top center O will be visible, O1 will be hidden. So you will write O outside the bracket and O1 within the bracket. And you please take the projections above. So projection from D, projection from E, projection from F and projection from A. E and C will be along same line, F and D also will be along same line. Also don't forget to take the projection from the center. So since the center line is visible, see that what is the axis height given, it is 50 mm. So just draw axis line or the center line and measure 50 mm and cut an arc. Keep one of the compass here and measure. So you will get the apex O dash. So once you get the apex O dash, join from the apex to all the projections you have taken without fail. Right? After this, kindly show what is the axis height you have have taken, it is equal to 50 mm. Draw the arrows properly. I am just showing you roughly. So after this you have to give the naming. So when the observer views from here, A will be visible, so we will write it as A dash. When the observer views from here, B and F will be along the same line. B will be visible, F won't be visible. So you will write B dash in the bracket as F dash. And again when the observer views from here, C and E will be along the same line. C will be visible, E will not be visible. So you will write C dash outside the bracket and E dash within the bracket. So when the observer views from here, D will be visible. So we will write it as D dash. And here when the observer views the center, O1 will not be visible. So you will write O1 dash within the bracket. So this is the first stage, front view and the top view. So after this, it is shown that it is one of the slant edge is resting on HP. So this is one slant edge and this is one slant edge. You can either fix this slant edge to XY line or this slant edge to our XY line. I am taking this slant edge on XY line. So for that, first you have to leave some space and fix this point D dash. I am shifting this slant edge now. So measure this slant edge how much it is. Keep one of the compass here and just cut an arc. So where it meets will be our apex O dash. So after this, again you measure from A dash to O dash, what is the distance. Okay, O dash you know. So please fix the O dash and you just cut an arc. And again come here from A dash to D dash, you see what is the distance. Come here and just cut an arc. Okay, so it meets somewhere. So this is our A dash. So join from the intersection point A dash to O dash and again A dash to D dash. After this you need to identify these 3 points. So measure from A dash to D dash what is the distance, and again from D dash to C dash what is the distance, cut an arc, and again from C dash to O dash what is the distance and cut an arc. So this is our C1 dash and E1 dash. This is our B dash and F dash. Please do the naming properly. So this is our O1 dash. So then join each projections from each point. Okay, so this is our axis line. So kindly draw axis pattern, not a continuous one. Okay, I'm just showing you the axis line. So once this is done, please take the projection down from each and every point of our front view without fail. Apex. After that, kindly take the projection from the top view also. B and E, A and D, B and C. So after this, kindly erase the extra lines. Then start reading the locus. So locus of A is meeting A dash at this point, so this is our A. So locus of D is meeting D dash over here, so this is our D. So locus of B is meeting B dash, so this is our B. So locus of C is meeting C dash at this point, this is our C. So locus of E is meeting E dash at this point, so this is our E. Locus of F is meeting F dash over here, so this is our F. Along with this, the locus of O1 is meeting O1 dash at this point, so this is our O1. And locus of O is meeting O dash at this point, so this is our O. So once you do the naming, always I told you outer boundary will be visible. So please join the outer boundary. D to C, C to B, A to B, F to A, E to F and A to D. Use scale and pencil and join properly. And then join the apex from F to O. The outer boundary will be visible. O to B also will be visible. So the projection coming to the corner of the outer surface will be visible. So please join. And then we have the projection coming through these corners E and C. So these are passing through inside. So this will be hidden. And again C to O will be passing through inside. inside the surface, and hence this also will be an hidden line. Also you have one more projection passing through inside the surface, D to O. So this also will be hidden line. Actually until here it should be hidden, but that is overlapped with one of the visible line, A to O. So this we will retain as the visible line. So this is how the second stage front and the top view looks like. Right, so now we have shifted the slant edge on HP, right? So after that we have to see the last stage, what's happening. It is told the axis appears to be inclined. So this is our axis and this is the true length. And here what we get in the second stage, the axis is only our apparent length. Right? But since it is told appears to be inclined, we won't determine the beta angle. If it was told directly inclined to VP, then we have to take 45 degree to VP, take the true length first, then cut an arc, draw the locus, measure the apparent length, then extend the line to XY plane, determine beta angle, then reconstruct this entirely. But since it is told only appears to be, we will directly shift the apparent length from O1 to O to the VP inclination which is given in the question. So here the axis appears to be inclined to VP at 45. So please take 45 degree. After taking 45 degree, we will fix the apex first. So leave some point and fix the apex as O. So from O you measure the apparent length, O to O1, how much it is? Just cut an arc. So this is our O1. So from O1, so now we have shifted the apparent length on 45 degree line. So you have to measure the remaining part. So from O1 to D, what is the distance? You measure here and cut an arc. So you got the corner D. And again from O1 to A, what is the distance you measured? Come back here and just cut an arc. So this is our A. Right? After this, now we need to find out the other corners, E, F, C and B. So E and C is along the same line, F and B is along the same line. But you have to identify where this line is coming exactly. So this line is exactly between D and O1. So find out the midpoint of D and O. So measure from O1 to this midpoint, what is the distance is. Just make a reference point. And again from O1 to this midpoint, what is the distance is. Just make a reference point. So from there, you just start drawing a perpendicular line. After that, you measure from this midpoint to F what is the distance and cut an arc. Similarly, from this midpoint to B, what is the distance and you cut an arc. So you got F and B. Similarly, come back. From the midpoint to E, what is the distance you measure and cut an arc. Similarly, from midpoint to C, what is the distance you measure and cut an arc. So you will get E and C. So you got the bottom surface of the hexagonal pyramid. So this is visible. You can join that immediately. E to D. D to C, C to B, A to B and F to A. So after this, now we have to join each corner to the apex. Right? So O to B is visible. So please join through visible line. F to O is visible. Join through visible line. And later we have projection from E to O which is passing through inside the surface. So this will be hidden. So E to O will be hidden and C to O also will be hidden. So along with that, A to O is visible, we have done it. But D to O is hidden. So this part should be shown as hidden. So we will change this line to hidden line. So this is D, write it properly. So So now we have shifted the second stage top view to the third stage, where the axis of the apparent length axis is inclined to 45 degree to VP. So once this is done, we have to look how the last stage looks like. So please take the projection from O, from B, from A, from F, from E, from B, from C, and also from O1. So after taking the projection, kindly take the projection from our front view also. A dash, B dash, O1 dash, C dash and D dash. So once it is done, kindly erase the extra lines. After this, please start reading the locus. So the locus of E is meeting E dash at this point. So this is our E dash. So the locus of D, so this is the locus of D. It is meeting along XY plane here only. So this is our D dash. So locus of C is meeting C dash at this point. So this is our C dash. Locus of F. So locus of F is meeting F dash at this point. So this is our F dash. And locus of A is meeting A dash at this point. So this is our A dash. And locus of B. So this is the locus of B. It is meeting B dash at this point. So this is our B dash. After that, you see where is our O1. So locus of O1 is meeting O1 dash at this point. So this is our O dash. Along with that, we have the locus of O, which is meeting O dash at this point. So this is our O dash, and this is O1 dash. So now we got the naming of all the base surface as well as the center and the apex. And I told you always the outer boundary will be visible. So please join the outer boundary from E dash to D dash, D dash to O dash, E dash to F dash, F dash to A dash to B dash to O dash, and also D dash to C dash and C dash to B dash. So this is one corner which is passing through outside the surface. So this will be visible. C dash to O dash will be visible. Along with that, we have two more corners which has to be joined to the apex through inside the surface. And hence this will be hidden, and even this will be hidden. Apart from that, we have the axis line from O1 dash to O dash. So you kindly show the axis line. How does it look? Okay, so this is how the final front view and the top view looks like when it is a problem on hexagonal pyramid which is resting on one of its slant edge on HP and axis appearing to be inclined to VP. Thank you so much.